Hey girlies, it's Tara.
And it's Lissy, your favourite FaceTime besties. Well, we better be anyway.
Obviously. Welcome to an episode of Navigating Your 20s with us. We hope you enjoy.
And just a reminder, girls, we are absolutely not trained experts.
We are just girlies too, so don't take anything we say as gospel.
So I'm thinking, let's just try and figure out this whole 20s thing together. What do you think, Tara?
I think that's what we're basically doing every day together, babes. So let's get straight into it. Hey girls, welcome back to another episode.
Woo!
I'm excited. We are a little bit chaotic this morning, so just bear with us.
We truly are. We fully forgot about the time difference because obviously in the UK the clocks they must have gone forward because it's 3 p.m. here, but it means there's more time between me and you.
We didn't realize, and Lizzie was like, yeah, so 9 a.m. your time. I was like, okay, stunning. And she called me just a minute ago and it's 8. And I was like, why is she calling me at 8 a.m.? She was like, Tara, it's 3 here. I was like, no, it's not. It's 2.
Yeah, I was like, no, it's not. It's 3. I was like, what are we not quite understanding here? I thought you meant as well. I suddenly thought, I was like, wait, did you mean 3 p.m. your time and 9 p.m. my time? I was like, no offense, but why the frick am I going to be recording a podcast at 9 p.m.? I was like, I'm in bed.
Girl, I honestly feel chaotic when we film because it's just like I get up so early and then I'm like into my filming era and I'm like
just
I'm not awake yet.
Straight filming.
Yeah, you know what? The hustle is respected. Also, it's a little bit chaotic in the household today. The kids have also just woken up, so we're all waking up together, you know?
We're all a little bit fresh. Whereas I've been awake for a good God, I don't even know.
I know. I wake
9 hours.
To for once Lissy being like, Tara, I don't know what I did. Like, Tara, I don't know what I did. And it was 6 a.m. and I was like, I don't think I need to deal with that right now.
I can't be dealing with technology. I just cannot deal with it. It is actually my pet peeve. I cannot stand the thing. I don't understand, you know, something's going wrong and I'm like, why am I being punished for this? What have I ever done to deserve this?
I think the issue is when we're uploading things, I think we need to learn to do it when we're both awake.
Yes. Honestly, I just can't be dealing with it. But anyway, moving on. How was your week?
What did I do? You know what? I always go over to for this call. I'm like, I've got to think about what I did. And
I know.
We went shopping.
Lovely.
Went to an outlet mall, guys. I got a Coach bag for $60. I would just like everyone to let that sink in because I was having the time of my life. And then I got some I got the cutest little lemon butter yellow workout set matching skirt and sports bra. It's got a little crisscross. Stunning. Got it nearly 70% off. I was like, okay. I am keeping it a little real on the pod today because there's just no makeup happening. I just came on Mother Nature, guys. We're we're giving what we can give today.
Absolutely.
And that's not much. So honestly, I don't really know what I did this week. Lizzie, why don't you tell us what you did? Because I already know it's probably going to be more entertaining than what I did.
I viewed 3 houses this week.
Yeah, you take it away. You're like...
The first one, I can't actually remember the first one. We viewed it during the week, but I honestly can't even remember what the vibe was. But anyway, we then had 2 more at the weekend. They were both just a no-go. Honestly, do you know what is really getting to me is walking into people's houses and them fucking smelling like shit. I'm like what is going on? How is this house smelling like this? It was actually making me feel violently ill. I was like, it smells.
You'd think they'd put some sort of spray, because I do feel like people the first thing you notice is the smell.
Literally. And to be honest, with the first one we drove up and I just knew it wasn't for me. You know, when you just have a feeling. I drove in and I was just like, no, it's not for me. I can't envision myself driving up to this house every day. So that was a no-go. And it honestly, the smell, it was just I couldn't even think of anything else apart from the smell, to be quite frank. Then we actually viewed our first new build. We haven't seen any new builds yet. So yeah, we went and viewed one, and again, not for me. Just honestly, do you know what I was thinking? To be quite frank, the main bedroom, I was like, I'm getting changed, for example, in this bedroom. Yeah. The houses are so close to one another that I could literally see what the neighbour was cooking for breakfast, and I'm thinking,
no,
they're gonna get a right old sighting every morning, evening, lunchtime, every 5 minutes when I'm trying to change and film a reel.
I was about to say, because you're gonna be changing so often and filming, and you need the light. Like, that's just,
honestly,
you need privacy, girlfriend.
I was like, this is just not for me. It was also tiny and just absolutely not. No. So that was my very successful week. But oh my God, we went to the new Anna and Nina store in London.
No, because guys, I'm like, I keep messaging the girls. I'm like, stop doing such fun stuff without me, because I'm literally getting FOMO.
It was the cutest store. Like, guys, if you are based in London, then you have to go. It is the nicest homeware store. And I got 3 mugs and they are so cute.
They're so cute. She gave me a haul and I was like,
they are adorable.
I'm actually kind of sad.
They are so, so cute. Hot topics this week. I've got two more hot topics for you, Tara.
Thank you. Guys, Lizzie is the one that like keeps up to date with all this sort of stuff. Like, I never know what's going on. And she's like, did you see? And I'm like, no.
To be fair, like, weirdly, I'm not really one to like normally keep up with it, but I feel like this stuff keeps popping up on my TikTok recently.
I think it's because I'm on American TikTok now, so I'm on like American celeb
different info
TikTok. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Sorry, take it away with the... I can't this morning. I'm so sorry, guys. Take it away with the hot topics, girlfriend.
Molly May was on holiday with Tommy Fury. Yeah. I think they get back together. And when I say I think, I know. I don't know.
Well, yeah, you don't really go on holiday with your ex.
No, mental, I know. So that was a massive thing, which I've been seeing everywhere. They're on holes together, To be fair, I'm happy for them. I'm all for it.
I thought he like...
Yes, I thought he did too, but who are we to know? Who are we to judge?
Yeah, no, true. Who are we to judge? But I think when... I say this with a pinch of salt, but I do think when you put your relationship that publicly out there and then make like a whole big deal about like him not being good and like protecting your child, but
yeah, very, very true.
I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl with opinions.
What's the other hot topic?
The other hot topic was apparently, I was telling you about Zara and Sam last week. Sam Thompson breaking up. Apparently Zara is dating Liam Payne. I know, I forgot to say last week, so I was like, let's add that in for the hot topic next week.
Oh my God.
One Direction.
Well, okay, how did she move on so fast? But then...
I think maybe they broke up for like a long time ago and they've only like just made it public. That's what my guess is.
Guys, I have been single for a long time.
I don't think that's such a long time.
Yeah, but how are these celebrities like finding someone that they actually like that fast?
Yes, I'm understanding your point. Yeah, like moving on that fast.
Yeah, like, are you not going to heal, first of all? Like,
yeah.
Even if it was a healthy breakup, are you not going to heal?
Although I say that because this is actually moving on to the topic. Our topic this week is boys and exes. And actually, I was with my ex for a good like 2.5, 3 years. And I then got with George like a month later.
However, I will say you were young.
Yes.
So like, I don't think that is not normal. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think when you're younger, like it like happens faster. You're in school, like, you know what I mean? But like Zara and Sam like lived together. They went through like adult stuff together. Like, that would be my argument. I don't think that's that weird because I think I was the same in like high school.
Yeah.
Like it's like, who's next? You know, let's keep going.
But the next one stayed. Like, I'm always like,
okay, rub it in for the rest of us out here. Okay, whatever.
But I was like, it actually paid off. Do you know what I mean? Like, that actually paid off. Like, you could...
Well, where's the ring?
Yeah, true. Still waiting.
I had a dream the other night you got engaged. Sorry, guys.
Really? Oh my God, lucky.
Yeah, but I think it's because I was texting you when I went to bed.
Maybe. I'm just in your memory. I'm in your mind.
You're always on my mind, babe.
Exes this week. Exciting.
You sound really excited about that.
This week's topic, like I've said, is exes. Boys, exes. We've both got exes, don't we? I've got more of a high school ex, whereas you have more of like an adult ex. So
yeah, no, that is sadly quite accurate. Right. Do you want to talk about your situation first? Guys, sometimes I like don't even remember like the full story because you never really talk about it.
I know. I never really talk about it. And also I feel like, when you go through the experience and you're talking to your friends, we obviously weren't friends then.
What a travesty.
So I dated my ex for, it was around 2.5 years. I think I was in maybe a 10. I don't really know. It was very much a situation of like, we were best friends. And then we kind of decided to make it into a relationship. And don't get me wrong, at the start, like it was fun. But towards the end, like we had just so fully outgrown, well, I think I just outgrown him, to be honest. It just was not, like, he was just not what I was looking for. Like, it honestly fell apart. Like, it was in college and he was just like, at the time, he was the most unmotivated person. And for me, that is such an ick.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What age are you when you're in college?
17.
Okay, thank you. Proceed.
It was such an ick. Like, he just lounged around all day, like skipped college, like constantly smoked weed. Like
that is so opposite to you. No wonder you got the egg.
I know. I was like, this isn't gonna work. And like, it was quite a long, I feel like it was one of those things where when we ended, I was so fully over it. Like I was over it probably like 9 months before, to be honest. Like we really dragged it out. It was one of those things where we like ended, then he was gonna really try hard and like make it up, and obviously it doesn't work. We were so naive into thinking that me passing my driving test was going to like solve every issue in our relationship. Boy, were we wrong, because he lived quite far out of Winchester. So it was maybe like a 35-minute drive, I want to say. So I like had to constantly get on the bus. I remember I used to finish a shift in the cafe in Winchester. I'd been working like 8 until 5, let's say. And then I used to get on the bus and go to his house. Hell on earth. And like we genuinely thought that me passing my driving test was really going to solve this, and it really didn't solve anything, to be quite frank.
So how did you guys break up?
I remember it so vividly, actually.
All right, tell me. I'm ready for the story.
We went to a park, and I think I must have messaged him being like, right, let's meet up and like have a chat. We went to this park near college, and I was like, it's just a no. Like this is not going to work anymore, basically. And then, funny enough, I actually then went back to college that day after I'd broken up with him, and that was when me and George had our first conversation.
Lissy, did you like George before?
No, this was very much just like, it was just like friendly basis. I had gone back. We were all in the same group of friends. We were just never really like close. And it was kind of
George
at the beginning.
Was waiting in the wings. He was ready to swoop
He was
in.
ready to pounce. So like I then went back to college and we all sat in a group, and I was like, yeah, just broken up with yada yada yada. And he must have been his ears must have been pricking. Anyway, he then messaged me on Snapchat that evening.
George.
But like that summer was just like the worst summer ever, because we were all kind of in the same friendship group. It was a bit weird because obviously college, like all the schools kind of merged. So like I didn't go to the same school as George. Like all of the groups like kind of merged into one, and like, do you know what I mean? Like sometimes we did like big group like house parties.
So
but
were him and George friends?
Were they friends? I mean, I don't know if I was going as far to say they were like friends, but yes, they were friendly with one another.
Sorry, I am dead. Don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband.
I know, mental. But like this ex literally went freaking mental, like over that summer. Like it was awful. He like kind of caught on to the idea of me and George. We went to this festival, and he painted on his arms. No, this was awful.
No, I'm
scared. He painted
I'm
on his arms, fuck Welch. Welch is George's surname. And walked around the festival like this. And every time we walked past him, he quite literally shouted abuse at me and George. He would literally be like, fuck you too, like, ugh. I was like, I'm just trying to have a nice time, you know? Like, leave me alone.
Sorry, that is wild. As if he wrote that on his arms.
I know, mental behaviour. Like, are you okay? Evidently not.
What did George say?
George was just literally like, what the fuck? And I remember when this ex first got onto the idea of me and George, we were at another festival. This wasn't the one where he wrote fuck Welch over his arms.
Yeah, that's...
that was another one.
That's a lot to take in.
And he went up to George and he was like, I've heard you and Lissy are like speaking, like yada yada yada. And George denied it. Oh, he was like, nah. He was like, we're just friends. He was like, I swear on my mum's life. I know, denied the whole thing. I was like, he's going to find out one point or another.
George, have a backbone.
So funny. At this situation, like it was a festival, like everyone was just like drinking, like emotions were high, and I think George was just like wrong place, wrong time.
I mean, actually really like, valid.
I'll save that for another day.
He was like, you know what? Maybe I should meet him in that park where Lissy dumped him, and
literally. But that relationship, it's so weird when you like look back on relationships. Do you know what I mean? You're just like, what the fuck was that? Like, I know we were young, but like, what was I doing? Like, I look back and I'm like, my friends literally told me for a year, like, end it. Like, you don't like deserve him. No, he doesn't deserve you. Like, you're better than him. Yada yada yada. And like, what makes you stay with them? I just don't know.
Couldn't tell you, girl. We've all
been there. To be fair, we've all been there. And the one good thing about it is it does teach you what you then don't want in the next one.
What do you think were the lessons you learned from that relationship?
In
terms of like what you want and like what you would settle for.
I definitely realised what like personality traits I wanted. Like someone who's unmotivated, I don't want to be a part of. Like, it's not for me. Someone who chooses to smoke weed with their friends over hanging out with me, again, not my vibe. Not my vibe.
What? That's so surprising.
So yeah, that wasn't for me personally, but each their own. I don't know, like no thought into anything, I don't think. And I know we were young, like things are different, but we would never go on like a date or like do anything apart from hang out in his bedroom at his house. Like that was what we did. He didn't spend any time with my family. No time with my family.
That's
I think
a red flag.
He came to my house probably, I would say, about 3 times. And we were together for 2.5
years. And no.
I went to his every single time, and that was huge for me. Like, he didn't even know my family, and family is such a massive thing. And I was just like, nah, like, no.
No, I can't imagine you as someone that didn't want to hang out with, like, go meet your grandfather. And
yeah, literally.
Like, that just doesn't go to France, see your family, like, no.
Yeah, like, come to mine for dinner.
I feel like you and George are super involved in each other's families in a positive way. So, like, I can't imagine you as somebody who's not like that.
I know, it was really weird. Like, looking back on it, I'm just like, that's so wild. Like, that I know it's different because obviously, like, when you're young, like, you have these different relationships. But yeah, that was a nice escape. I'm going to put it nicely. When I say nice escape, I mean like a good escape. But like, I didn't really escape. I just simply broke up with him. Like, it was as simple as that.
An escape's an escape, girl.
True. But like, we just weren't meant to be together. Do you know what I mean? I've not spoken to him since I broke up with him.
I was about to ask because I feel like that's the biggest thing is like,
no,
still in contact with your ex.
No, not in contact with him. I think I actually blocked him just for like, not out of spite, just because probably because me and George started hanging out. I probably was like, do you know what? I was probably thinking he probably doesn't want to see this. So I think I blocked him, and I think I did. I don't know if I ever unblocked him, to be honest. I must have at some point.
He's probably got a burner looking at your account.
But imagine. But yeah.
What, like 8 years later?
Imagine. But yeah, I've got no idea. I don't have a clue where he's living. I don't know what he does. I don't know anything about him. And I'm happy with that situation.
You know, I'm happy for you, girl.
Yeah.
It worked out because look at you and George now.
Exactly. I'm like, do you know what? It might have been a dick move, and it was a dick move, but it was innocent at the time. The beginning was innocent. I wasn't speaking to George to get to know him. Like, maybe a month later.
At your guys' wedding, can we put "fuck Welsh" on our arms, please? Because I just need to do that at least once in my life. Like,
imagine, like
at your hen do, I'm gonna be like,
it was painted.
We'll paint Mrs. Welch.
Oh yeah,
on our arms.
Fuck Mrs. Welch. Just such mental behaviour. Like, imagine actually doing that. And I remember so vividly at this festival, I was going to go get a smoothie. It was like the next morning, we were all hungover, like feeling like shit, hadn't slept. I was going to get a smoothie, and we were being shouted abuse by this boy. And I was like, honestly, leave me alone.
He must be mortified about this now. Because
I would hope so.
you do crash out. Like when you're younger, like and you're in younger relationships, like you do crash out. It's a lot easier to crash out because you're not used to all these like heightened emotions. I mean, I still think that's crazy behavior, but like I hope he looks back on that and is like, oh God, like I crashed out that bad over like Lissy and George. Or at least looks at you guys and is like, well, at least they're still together. Like it was obviously for a reason.
I think that's the thing. Like, I don't regret moving on so fast. I mean, look, one, I was over it well before it ended, and I think girls normally do that. I don't think it was. I mean, we didn't fully start going out until October, and we broke up in like May. It's not offensive.
No, it's not offensive. Trust me.
But yeah, so that's my ex. Anyway, what about yours?
I don't want to talk about mine. I had a lot of exes in my time, friends. I am a relationship girly. I think my thing is if I like you, I get in a relationship with you. Like if we start speaking, like I'm not to mess around. Like if I like you enough to want to be with you, I'll make that clear. Yeah. So I feel like I'm not like someone who kind of messes about and like dates multiple people. I'm like, if I like you, I like you. Yeah. So I had a boyfriend when I was 16. Few boyfriends in Singapore. I don't count those really because I was like young. I was like 14, 15. My first serious one, he was a little bit older. That ended really healthily as well. We just kind of outgrew each other. We were like friendly after. A very healthy first relationship.
A healthy, wholesome.
I did move on quite fast to a guy I was seeing for the summer after that, but I think that was more of a rebound, which is why I don't judge when you move on fast, like whatever. Yeah. And then my next serious relationship was at the end of like right before I went to uni, and we actually ended up going to uni together. That one was interesting. His family hated me because I didn't pray, so that was like a unique situation.
Shut up! I didn't know that. They also
thought me being friendly to his brother was me flirting with his brother, his older brother. Because his older brother, so we all were living in Dublin, and then me and his brother got into uni in Liverpool, so then he ended up coming to Liverpool for uni, and then like we were all hanging out, and like his family was super important to him. He was South African, so I like made a lot of effort with his brother, and I went over for dinner one day and like was talking to his brother and like trying to help him make dinner, and when I left I got a text from my boyfriend at the time being like, yeah, like my brother felt really uncomfortable because you were flirting with him.
Stop.
Yeah, that kind of broke it. It all went downhill after that, guys, because I was like, you are actually crazy. Your brother is crazy. That shit crazy.
That is mental.
Yeah, no, it was actually really quite bad. And then I tried to break up with him. And then he was like, can we just do a break? Can we like try and work this out? I stayed at my guy friend's house like the 2 days before when we'd taken one of our drunk friends home. All the accommodation was on separate sides of the city. So I stayed at my guy friend's house. He was in the same complex as my friend that we took home. Like slept in his bed, like completely like platonic, like nothing happened. Like guys,
innocent.
Like, if like me and him, if we had wanted to, we would have. But like, well, I just didn't want to. Anyway, my ex called my mom and said that I cheated on him, and said that he didn't believe me. Thought I had sex with this guy.
He called your mother.
Yeah. So I'm like in uni one day, and I get a text from my mom being like, "How dare you like cheat on Bleep because like he was such a good guy." And I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, no, he's not. His family's literally crazy to me because I'm not religious. Which my God. The one thing I will say that taught me about that is like it is hard to date somebody if you don't have the same or aligned or respect of each other's religious beliefs. Like I didn't think that was ever going to be a thing in my life because my American family is super religious and it does not bother me at all. Like I respect their beliefs. Like I'm just not super religious.
The thing. It's the respect, isn't it? Like it doesn't matter if you have different religions, but it's respecting that you have different religions.
And like respecting you have a choice. I was like 19 and I was like, okay, his brother thinks I'm flirting with him. His mother hates me because I won't pray. I stayed at my guy friend's house and he called my mother. Can't, like this whole relationship was wild. It was a whirlwind, guys. I met Bleep after, who was my long-term relationship. Let's call the guy that I just broke up with, Dan. Yeah. Now we dated for 7 years. Yeah. 7-ish years. What to say? I'm feeling quite catty.
Maybe talk about him moving on.
Yeah, I will.
Quite quick.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, we had a really good relationship in uni. We went through a lot together in like a short period of time. So we did like grow up together and he was amazing in those regards. Oh, God.
What the fuck is that?
Like, well done, girl. You're like amazing. We grew up together. I can't concentrate now after that. I feel like we're the good example of dating someone in uni. And I have a lot of friends who dated someone in uni around the same time and they're still together. Me and Dan just weren't that relationship. Anyway, we dated all throughout uni. I did my master's, really great, got on really well. Went through a lot and we had a lot of ups and downs because of that. Like, it was just a lot. So I kind of feel like because we made it through, I kind of always thought we'd stay together because we had just like, both of us went through a lot of stuff in our personal lives, like with family and ourselves. Like we just kind of got hit with like one thing after another, both of us.
And through quite like hard times and worked through it together. So I think you kind of thought like, because you worked through those hard times, there's nothing more that you can't beat. Do you know what I mean?
That was exactly what I thought. And then guys, here we are. No, I think the thing that I want to give advice about in this situation is that it's okay to outgrow a partner that you've been with through a long time. I feel like a lot of my friends are like worried, like, will I find someone? Look, like we moved to London together and it just didn't work. It didn't work. He didn't like it. He didn't like the people. He didn't like how expensive it was. He missed his family. I'm someone that comes from a family where we all live far apart from each other, and that's just kind of life. And I'm used to expensive cities because I moved so much, and it just wasn't going to work. And we just weren't connecting in the same way. And in the same way, I think I checked out a lot earlier, in the fact that like I just knew something wasn't right. And it wasn't that I didn't think he was like a good guy. I just knew we weren't right for each other. And I kind of started speaking to the girls about it, and I spoke to him a lot about it too. Like, look, the thing is, I always communicated with him. I was like, I don't think this is like, there's something off, something not working. And we really tried, and he did really try, to kind of do what I want. I think the biggest things I learned that we weren't personality wise, and what I look for the next relationship is like, I know things can be shit when you move to a new city. I know things can be shit when you get a new job, whatever it is. But like, I really struggle to be around somebody who's negative about it. And I feel like he was a little bit more, just because he was missing home and wasn't used to moving. I can't be around a negative person, and I can't date a negative person.
But also someone who, what I struggle with as well is being around someone who is very negative about something, but actually doing nothing to get out of that negativity. Like, don't get me wrong, you can go through highs and lows of your life, but the only person who can get out of that low is you. So you constantly moaning and groaning about it ain't gonna help. Like, you've got to make yourself get out of that situation, and the only person who can do that is yourself. So like, you can sit there complaining, but nothing's going to change.
And I do think if you then rely on your partner to kind of help you, you're stealing from their cup.
Yes.
In not a healthy way. Or like, your partner wants to give it. I wanted to help and like try and help him out of it, but it just like stole from my cup. And I feel like that, like a lot of stuff in our relationship and then a lot of stuff in my personal life just led me to a really bad mental health space. And I've learned now that like I want somebody who is positive. And like the thing is, like, I definitely have had a lot of negative stuff, and sometimes I can be negative, but like, you know me, I cope with it with humor. And like just kind of moving on from it, and but like also, I'll joke about it and move on.
You can dwell about it, but then you find a solution to get over that. You don't dwell about it for months and years and never find a solution to get out of that.
Yeah. And I think that's what I've really learned is I need somebody who like is like me and is like positive. And I also need somebody who has their own damn life. Like,
established.
Who has their, like, no, this is a fully cooked chicken that I want. Like, I'm not helping him grow. Like, we will grow together as we get older, but like, I want somebody who has his solid friendship group, who has his hobbies, who like can hang out by himself or can make plans. Like, I don't want somebody that's like with me all the time trying to like, no, guys, I can't do that again. I get it because my ex obviously moved away from all his friends and family, but like, it just, I can't go back to a relationship like that where like it's too codependent. Like, I need fresh, I need you to be fully cooked, and I need you to have your own life, and we just benefit each other. We're not each other's entire lives. We just add something nice to each other's life is what I want.
That's the thing. Like, you need someone, if you're going to be with a partner, you need someone who adds to you. They don't make you. You're fine and you're great, but they add to your life. If someone's detracting from your life, it's not meant to be.
I agree. And like, I will never go back to that. And then we ended up, I also think my rule of thumb is I will never let a partner speak to me like negatively in a fight. Like, I feel like we got to the point where we just felt comfortable kind of doing that to each other. And like, I can't I find that hard to get over. So another thing I really learned is like, I need somebody who handles conflict well.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like raise their voice and like get like, and like who wants to talk it out, because I need you to like actually sit and talk to me. So
Yeah.
whatever. And then, yeah, guys, we were together and we broke up, and let's see, I'm still single. Desperately so. But my ex moved on. Yeah, dating someone quite seriously now. Yeah.
Did you see they went on a trip the other day?
Yeah. I was waiting for someone to send it to me, but more just because like the last few times everyone just kept sending me stuff, and I was like, guys, I don't care, and I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Like, I still follow him. He unfollowed me, but I still follow him because I'm like
very active viewer.
But I unfollowed him because, or no, I didn't unfollow him. I don't really unfollow guys. Like, if you haven't done anything bad to me and like we have mutual friends, like I have no qualms. Like, if my new person I started dating was like, why are you still following your ex? I'd be like, because they were in my life for a long time. Like, I don't care. I'm not gonna unfollow them for my own reasons, and I'm not gonna let someone tell me to unfollow them. Like, we're grown adults. Like, if you can't respect that I dated people before you who were a big part of my life, get over it.
But also, it's one of those things where like, if you got to a point where it's like you like didn't want to see his face anymore, then like maybe, but otherwise I don't really see a point in unfollowing someone. Like, what is that solving? Do you know what I mean?
It's just like so petty.
Unless like, look, they like did something horrid to you and you just never wanted to see them again, like so fairs. But I think if you're actually like you and Thingy ended you ended on a very amicable, like you were on the same wavelength. You both kind of mutually agreed that this wasn't going to work anymore, and like therefore you kind of like, I don't really see much point in unfollowing, really.
Me neither. And it was on like Christmas Day, guys. Sorry, the thumbs up just came up again, and that's just so peak. But no, I'll give you a story. We broke up October. We were like still friends and like still spoke for like 6, 7, 8 months after. Like, we were quite friendly. Like, we had to sort out a lot of stuff about our apartment that we lived in together. We saw each other at a friend's wedding in June. We were still very much involved in each other's lives. And I think that is the tricky thing that I will say about breaking up with someone that like you still have a lot of love for. There was no like just cold turkey. Like, we did speak, and like I saw him a few times, and like the thing is, we were best friends, and I had to learn for him not to be my best friend anymore, which was a weird and like horrible thing to go through. And like anytime anything happened, I just wanted to tell him, and I think he was very much the same. So it took us a while to like fully break that off. But then in August of this past year, he texted me and was like, I can't have you in my life anymore, because I won't get over you. And like, I didn't realize we were on the same page. I thought we were kind of friends. But yeah, so he was like, I just need to take complete space from you and like not be involved in your life more. And sent me some really nice messages, and like gone pretty fast, didn't he?
Yes, he certainly did. After saying all of that, like he really did move on quite fast. But do you know what I find weird as well? Is like, why didn't he unfollow you at that point? Like, if he needed to get over you at that point, I don't really understand why he waited until Christmas Day.
We had this discussion when he was sending me these messages. I vividly remember being on the bus home and him sending me these messages, and I was like, look, so like, how do you want me to play this? Because I just had a lot of love for him and I wanted to respect him. So I was like, do you not want to like follow each other on Instagram? Do you like, because I know I post a lot because of Instagram, because I do Instagram. So like, I didn't want to be in his face. I was like, do you not want to like me to text you when I'm in Liverpool? Like, what are the boundaries so I can respect them? Because I'm a big boundaries person. And he was like, no, like, I don't want to unfollow. Like, I want to follow along and see you like see your life and like see how it works out. Like, I'm so like, he was like, you're such a man. And I thought we were friends. Like, I thought we were good. But guys, Christmas Day. Or like, it must have been one of those days. I think it was Christmas Day,
because I remember you messaging me like, happy bloody Christmas. But what I find weird is like, what a random out of every day, surely that is the one day where you're just like not on your phone and not really thinking about like.
I think it's because he was hard launching.
Oh my god, I don't know whether he did hard launched.
But we kind of knew. We knew that he was seeing somebody. Like, we were like, I was like, I'm really happy for him. I was like, it's a really good thing. And when he hard launched, I messaged Lizzie and I was like, go like it, because like I want him to know that me and my friends are like supportive of this. Like, I'm happy if he's happy because he was a good guy. Like, yeah, not the guy for me, but like he wanted to move home. He wanted to be near his family, and now he's met a girl in his city. Like, amazing.
But also at this point, it had been like you were kind of like really fully over it. Do you know what I mean? Like you were actually happy that he was moving on. It wasn't like oh, I'm happy for you, but like I'm actually not. It was like no, I'm fully over you, and like I am actually happy. It was weird.
I felt nothing when I saw the hard launch. I messaged Missy and I was like, oh my God, does this mean I'm healed?
Does this mean I'm over it?
Because I was expecting to like be really upset when I saw it or like feel something because I was with him for so long and I just felt nothing. But I had other drama going on in my life that just took precedence of my emotions at the time.
That is true.
But no, he unfollowed me. And for people being like, how did you know that? The girl's intuition is so strong. Oh my God, I haven't seen little emoticon on my stories today, and I always saw it because it was my ex's emoticon on my stories. I always saw it because it was a specific picture that I took, so like I always saw it because when someone engages so high, it's always one of those 3 circles on your stories.
Yes.
And I was like, there's no way on Christmas Day he would have done that. And then I went and I was like, oh, he did, but he still follows my family and all my best friends, and I'm like, if you don't want to see me, babe, like unfollow them too. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm going to be all over their story. Like, my sister, my brother. I'm like, why me then?
Quite bizarre. Like, it honestly is quite bizarre.
Yeah. But anyway, and then he hard launched, and then that was that.
That was that.
Now, people, that's one thing I'll say. It's not for the weak when your ex moves on, because every single person, guys, I was like, I had to type the same message again. I was like, guys,
I've seen it.
I'm so happy. I'm actually like deeply in a drama with another boy right now. Like, I'm so that relationship is so far in my past. But yeah, he like full on like hard launched like a proper girlfriend. So they must have been dating for a while. So note to self, when a boy sends you messages being like, I'm never gonna get over you, you're amazing, love you, they don't mean it.
Yes. One to take.
One something to take away from this podcast.
Yeah.
They don't mean it because they move on so fast. And I'm in my healed era. I will not be dating someone. I don't even know what I'm talking about, guys. I just won't be dating someone for like until they're my husband, because
yeah, that's fast.
And anyway, what have I learned is that don't settle, don't compromise. If you guys aren't meant to be, you're just not. You can't change someone to want the same things in you in life. Just because it's a long-term relationship doesn't mean you shouldn't break it off, because like it just means you're saving yourself from being married and having kids with someone where your future doesn't align.
Yeah.
And don't believe a man when he sends you these all-encompassing love messages, because chances are he'll probably hard launch a girlfriend a couple months later. And that is my takeaway. Oh, and they will always still stalk you.
Yes, they certainly will.
And they will. And they will stalk and stalk and stalk and
carry on stalking.
And I'm like, what are you looking for? Because there's nothing going on in my stories.
It's just like, what do you want? Like, what?
There's nothing going on.
Do you want? Like, what are you trying to find?
I'm not dating anyone. I'm single. I'm happy. I'd rather be single right now. Like, I'm not dating anyone. There's nothing you're going to see.
But also, even if you were, like, I don't really understand. Like, he's meant to have been fully moved on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he has moved on. I mean, he's dating someone new, but his viewing of my stories is quite active for somebody that doesn't follow me.
I find it absolutely hilarious, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, the first time I realized, I was like, oh, it's probably just like the first week.
Yeah. No. It's actually now January, February, March, April. Yeah, 4 months.
He's probably going to see this and then never view them again. But I did actually try and see him before I left, like the UK. I was like, look, you said you wanted to see him before I left. And I was like, but I'm assuming now that you have a new girlfriend, like, you probably don't want to meet for a coffee to rendezvous about our lives together. That's enough about our exes. And we can talk more in depth about the lessons that we learned. We're going to do some more episodes on like what we now look for in relationships, what we look for in dating. That will be in another episode.
But also, we haven't discussed even our dating, so I feel like that will need to be on next week's episode, because we've dived too deep into exes. We've still got dating discussions to go when it comes to boys.
Oh, guys, we will take all the lessons we learned from our exes and we'll talk them into what we now do into our dating in the next episode, because honestly, it's just too long. We got too sidetracked, and honestly,
to be fair, like, they're pretty juicy, like, deep topics. Like, you can't just like flutter by them, you know? You've got to really delve deep.
I could probably talk about all the things that I now think are quite toxic. from a relationship.
100%.
We could do an episode on that.
That'll be next week's episode. It's like dating apps, red flags, icks, yada, yada, yada. But now it's time for the FaceTime Therapist.
I'm excited. I haven't read this week's one yet.
Okay, when have you ever read this week's one?
All right.
God. No, but it's good. It's good because it means...
No, I feel attacked now. You're mean. I don't like it. This is our second fight on the podcast.
It's good that only one person reads it because then you get the full reaction of like the other person. Do you know what I mean?
Fine, right. Hit me. Give me.
Okay. Hey girls, I wanted your opinion on something as my boyfriend still messages his ex-girlfriend every single day, but he swears they're just friends. I don't know how to deal with the situations. Deep down, it doesn't seem right, but I don't want him to think I'm some kind of crazy psycho. Am I overreacting or is this a red flag? Please help.
Red flag. Red flag. I was that ex, guys.
Flag.
Red flag. Get checking in every once in a while if you're mutual friends, every couple of months or something, being like, hey, like, we're going to something together. Like, I hope you're well. Like, by the way, I'm bringing a new partner, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But every day, that's what me and my ex did when we were speaking so much. And it was not platonic, guys. I can tell you right now.
Like, I'm sorry, but just like, also what I think is if you're messaging them, if you're messaging them every single day, like, what are you telling them? Like, why are you not telling me? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
it's leaning on that old comfort, that old crutch. And that means that they're not leaning on you. That is so unhealthy.
And like, also just like, I would just think, what the fuck are you telling them? Like, because surely you telling me is enough. Why do you need to tell them as well? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Your fucking day? Like, what I cooked you for breakfast? You're not over your ex
if you're texting them every day.
No, I think that's a red flag. And I don't think that's being psycho at all. Like, I think that's like quite the opposite actually. Like, you're being very, very reasonable. Like, no, I would not deal with that personally.
I really think you need to like run. I don't even think it should be something where you speak to him. Like, obviously speak to him.
Just leave. Ghost him.
Get out. I'm like, guys, I'm at my wit's end with this sort of stuff. Like, all the stuff I've dealt with lately, I'm like, with my ex and then the other situation, I'm like, just run. Like, if he is speaking to his ex or letting anybody have an impact on your relationship, he does not value you above those people. And therefore, like, why would you want a relationship with someone like that? Why would you want, like, do you speak to your ex?
Yeah.
I'm guessing not. So why is he, like...
I agree.
Ew.
And I don't think that's overreacting. And if he makes it out like you're overreacting, and if he makes it out like you're a psycho, even more so, run. Like, that is, if he doesn't even understand how that could... Look, he might be doing it, and he might be doing it out of comfort or habit, and, like, maybe
that's
you having... Bad. It's still not okay, but you having the conversation, if he's like, actually, you know what? It is fucked. Like, I will stop. But it shouldn't really take the conversation for him to not do that. But... if he thinks that you're being a psycho or overreacting, then, like, absolutely not. Like,
I just think you're emotionally intertwined if you're still speaking to your ex, like, as that form. Like, I was there and I remember what that was like. And, like, I know what that was like with my ex. Like, there's just so, and I'm not saying this is definitely going to happen, but look, like, the more you speak to your ex, the more you grow that comfort, like, the more chance that something's going to slip up and happen, something's going to be said, or you might meet up, and it's that old feeling. It's like, emotions are high with an ex. Like, do not put yourself in that situation. You deserve a guy who wants just you.
Yeah, I completely agree. And for the juicy secret?
Oh, are you telling me this as well?
Do you want to say it?
No, I haven't read it, so hit me. Guys, I'm not here today. Mother Nature's killing me. I'm really crappy today. I'm trying to bring my best vibes for the pod. But it's okay.
It's okay, girl. It's okay, girl. We're just, this is just our FaceTime.
We're just yapping. Yeah, amen. All right,
okay.
hit me.
The juicy secret. I slept with my boyfriend's best friend when we were on a break. Simple as that. Cut to the chase. Fair play. It's not giving great.
No, I would advise normally against that, personally. I've always wanted to do it sometimes. Like,
do you know what? It's weird because I feel like this is so bad because I think, like, if a girl is doing that, or even if this was a boy, right? I slept with my boyfriend's best friend, girl or boy, whatever. If it was a boy doing it to a girl, I would be like, what the fuck? But with the girl doing it to a boy, I'm kind of like, kind of funny.
Is that bad of us? Because I find that
I feel like that's kind of bad, but like, I kind of find it jokes.
Like, my ex's friends, I didn't fancy any of them, so.
No,
but like a lot of them had girlfriends and we were all friends. So like I never fancied any of them in that way.
No.
But I feel like it's quite a tidbit of drama. Like
I feel like it's for the plot, you know?
Yeah. That is exactly it. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? I don't think I can say this in the pod.
What?
I'm gonna reenact this, but with somebody I didn't date, out with their friend. While they're friends in New York.
Yes. Yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
I do know who you're talking about.
But yeah. So we figured it out. I'm gonna do it. It's not gonna be quite the same, but for the plot, I'm Target secured in New York. Target secured. And yeah, I'm going to do that for the plot. So when I do that, I'll report back with that as a juicy secret and explain the situation more. But in case any of them are watching this, I don't want to...
You don't want to give yourself away just yet?
No, because I don't know if like they're friends and they would be able to figure it out as well. But I mean, it didn't go so well for me the first time, but I'll try again.
Try again second time round. But yeah, I don't know if I would personally do it. Like, I just don't really think that's kind of me personally. Like, I just don't think I would do that. But
I mean, look, my only thing would be like, does your boyfriend know? Because girl, that's gonna come out.
100%. There's no escaping that. Like, own it and deal with it how you want. I also think realistically, if you are willing to sleep with your boyfriend's best friend, even if you're on a break, is he the right guy?
Like, do you want him to be the best man at your wedding?
Yeah.
Like walking down the aisle and you're like,
yeah, because I'm thinking
slept with 2 out of 3 of those men up there.
Oh god, no. I'm kind of thinking like, yeah, like, should that be a thing? I'm also just like, to be honest, I'm not really here for the whole breaks. Like, I think if you start going on breaks with your partner, I think, look, cut to the chase, just end it. I'm not a break. Like, if someone suggested going on a break, I'd be like, if we were good enough to be together, then we wouldn't be going on breaks. If you're going to go on breaks, then something's clearly not working. And
I agree. I think when I was younger, it didn't like bother me. But now, like, no, we're together.
Or you're not.
Or we're not.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Like, we are one or the other.
We're one or we're separate.
Guys, what a day it's going to be when I come on this podcast and actually have found someone that I tolerate. Because as you can tell by today's vibe, this is the true way I feel about men.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap up this week's episode. So I hope you guys have enjoyed.
I'm so sorry. Guys, I have absolutely no idea what we talked about.
Standard.
Yeah, I say this every time. So, like, I'm so sorry. This is just me and Lissy. We just chat bollocks. But
that's the point of it. Like, we don't, you're just joining in the FaceTime call. Like, that's the point of our poddy. So I keep calling it a poddy.
Poddy? All right, poddy. Poddy. Whatever, poddy. What is that?
Poddy. I don't know. I think I keep typing
party.
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 But yeah, we'll see you guys next Wednesday for next week's episode to finish off our whole boys it's kind of turned into a series, really.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, like, there's so much to discuss about boys. Like, I feel like we could go even deeper into topics in the future. Like, you guys send us your questions, and if you want us, like, or you just anything you want, let us know. We're actually
also going to put a question box on our story on Instagram for any topics that you guys want us to delve into. So do look out for that, and you guys can put an input in for whatever you want. And that's that really. That wraps up the podcast.
Yeah, but leave us a comment below if you want us to discuss anything as well, because I know that not everyone has socials.
And give us a 5-star rating, and if you don't, then we're not friends.
That's speed.
Well, then.
Yeah, we won't be your friend. Guys, I can't today. I'm just my cramps are dying. My stomach is dying. My mind is dying.
We'll leave it at that, babe.
Yeah, but we love you. And I love you.
I love you. And I love everyone here listening.
All right, guys, we're just going to sign ourselves off before we get too weird. Yeah.
All right.
Bye. Love you.